Hi everyone, welcome back to Swiss Home Garden. Chitra here. In this video, we will be continuing with our planting, and here we will be planting some okras, some maize, and some other vegetables. Let's begin. May and June is rhubarb season. We were actually kind of postponing harvesting these rhubarbs, and now I wanted to harvest them, and I've already shared a few recipes of rhubarb in my channel and also in my blog. Take a look at my blog post for a printable version of making a few different recipes of rhubarb. Our favorite is of course the rhubarb ginger jam. Rhubarb is a rhizome. The leaves of rhubarb is not edible because it's very high in oxalic acid, but the stems are edible, and it's generally made into pies, jams, into tarts, and also I make an Indian prep called sambar. It's like an Indian lentil soup. Next to the rhubarb, we had planted some mint. Actually, my advice is never plant mint on the ground because they really overtake the whole area and it grows wildly. I've been trying to get my husband to change the position into a bigger pot. This is how big the leaves have grown here. We also harvested a little bit of mint. Moving across the stream, over here we have a few vegetables which we planted in a couple of videos before, and in this particular no-dig garden patch we had planted some peas, and recently we also added in some cucumbers to it. There is a little bit more space at the back, and so we will be planting also some okras. All of these seeds are our heirloom seeds. It was nicely germinating inside the greenhouse. It's time to slowly bring it out, and the weather has also gotten a little bit better. The slugs love to eat all our plants, and we had to cover our cucumber plants with these snail caps. The ones which were covered with the caps are a little bit bigger. The leaves are bigger and also a little bit more greenish than the ones which are not covered. So you can clearly see the difference that covering the plants really helps. And these little small plants are the peas which we planted along the snip and drip irrigation system. These heirloom okras have really done well this year. Last year it was not so easy to get them from our heirloom seeds, but this year we planted it early and they are germinated well and they are grown to a certain length and they are ready to be planted outside. So we planted on the edge of this no-dig garden patch. Actually, a couple of them already have very small okras on it. Very close to this patch is also our strawberry bed, and above the strawberry bed is our cherry tree. Here you see some of the cherries from our cherry tree, and just below the cherry tree is our strawberry bed. We also had a small wild strawberry gifted to us by a friend, and we planted it on one of the raised beds, and you can see they are a little bit earlier to ripen. This year we also planted some maize into those pots. This plant over here is the pumpkin. We will plant it at a little later date. It's not yet time to plant them. We had raised this bed here a couple of years back by adding a big log and extending this land. This was quite a steep slope and we could extend this by raising up the land with some soil. Here you see him planting some of the maize. Beside the maize, there's also some spring onions. We will also harvest a few spring onions. I cooked wok noodles for Sunday lunch and these spring onions were very practical to throw into the whole pot. In the last video, I showed you string beans plants in the greenhouse. We planted them close to the stream just beside the arch, and that way they can climb up on the arch and they have support. We don't need to be fixing it somewhere else. These are buttercups which grow wildly around springtime. I used to be crazy at one point to collect buttercups when I used to go on my walks, but now they're growing just in my backyard. This is our hazelnut tree. We have actually a couple of hazelnut trees. There's also one close to the stream. And beside the hazelnut is our elderberry bush, and those are the white flowers. They'll be soon ready to harvest. I plan to make some elderberry syrup. When they are starting to fruit and when the berries are ripe, maybe I'll make some jam out of it. This plant over here is a blueberry. You can see that it has flowered, but it looks like we have planted it in the wrong place. This is lilac and that belongs to our neighbor, but we get all the nice smell when the wind blows this side. With this, I end my video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe. I post one new video every week on food from scratch, Swiss country living, gardening and natural recipes. Until next time, bye-bye.